Cute, sexy, and fun. You're watching CSF Nation's own WMK TV, Channel 90. Good morning, CSF Nation. I am Makini, 90-yard sermon and an illustrator. Welcome you to a new week here on Makini in the morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July weekend. I know I sure did. Hope you guys did as well. So we are going back to an old format, basically, starting today. What I'm talking about is we're going to be doing the old format I'm referring to is we are going to be starting and finishing a drawing on stream, or starting and finishing a drawing over the course of streams. Instead of doing it off camera, I'm going to dedicate streams to finishing and continually work on a drawing, just dedicated for a stream. So, for example, the Chibi Shiba Inu that we started yesterday, we're only going to work on this live instead of me finishing it off camera. What I want to do is I want to start on another drawing off camera in the meantime while I can do this, while the live shows can be dedicated to only this until we finish. So that's the old format I used to do back in the day. So I figured let's try that format out again. I figured that could increase productivity, and that way I could maybe pump out some more work in the meantime off camera while we have this going on camera. You know what I mean? Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. Let me know if that's something that you guys will work on and work with. On top of that, guys, in about later this morning, I will have a new video ready. It is the first of 2 Xbox videos that I recorded over the weekend. So you guys will hope to see you guys there at the premiere. I'll make sure to share it out as well. So we'll have that later. It'll be later this morning. So premiering at 9:30, and I'll let everybody know. So just make sure you ring that bell for notifications. That is my first of 2 Xbox videos. I finished it last night, and I'm going to start on the follow-up video when I get home tonight. So, anyway, what we're going to do with the Shiba Inu today, we are going to get the grayscale done and then see if we can get the flats done as well. Well, we'll probably get started on the flats within a good hour's time. So anyway, guys, we got 4 people watching. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Thank you guys for this weekend. Seriously, I mean that. Thank you all for this weekend. I really, really appreciate that. Makini Live was an absolute success, and the Peak Gaming shows were an absolute blast to do. And I really appreciate all of that. And then we got a brand new layout for we got all new layouts for StreamYards. I'm noticing too. They keep StreamYards keeps improving over and over as time goes on. So, but really cool. We got 4 people watching. Thank you guys so much. If you guys can do me a favor.
Hey, if you're enjoying this program, please smack that like button and make it jiggle.
And smack that subscribe button if you want to see more art content from Makini. Thank you so much, and hope you enjoy the show.
Later.
Smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack that subscribe button and make it jiggle as well. And for a certain person in the room, you know who you are. For a certain person in the room, and you know who you are, allow the music. Music, please. There you go. There you go. You got music. You got music. Please. There you go. Just for you. Just for you. You know who you are. Penny. Anyway. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But there's a video I want to react to. This video I was watching earlier. It's from Asmongold, but I wanted to know about this. But I was interested in this video as we were watching it on as I was watching Asmongold watch it earlier, and let me see if I could find it. I'm probably gonna have that loaded up. They love me streaming again. We'll have that loaded up. We'll have that loaded up a little bit later. But this is a very, very interesting video, and it deals with, and we'll probably watch it from. One second. So there's this thing going on in China that I was like, excuse me?
If you walk around in a Chinese city at night, you might come across.
Okay, so I got a video, and we'll watch it later. We'll watch it in about an hour's time. But let's go ahead and say hi to everybody, and let's get started on these flats. Get started on these grayscales. All right. Penny, good morning to you. Neo J, good morning to you. Grumpy, smack that like button, make jiggle. Good morning to you, sir. And by the way, Grumpy has a campaign on Indiegogo. Grumpy, if you could put a link in the description just for that, I'd really appreciate that. Go and support Grumpy. Please do so. And Neo J, good morning to you. His dancing just got to be great. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got the doggo with the bat. The bat. And let's start on the grays. Let's start on the grayscale, shall we? I think that'd be a good start. That'd be a really good start. So let me go line this up as let me go put this here. This is gonna be lines first. Lines rough. We are good. We're good, and then we're going. And then we got the grayscales. Grayscale. We got base. All right, I'm going to see if we can do all this in about 2 layers. Okay. Here and for this one, let's do try to keep it. We'll try to keep it simple. I'll try to keep it simple. So. Okay. And we got it. So start from. We're good to go. Okay. Okay. So first up, we're gonna start with the skin tone first, and then whatever we don't finish, we will pick it up on Wednesday. Okay. Bring this up a little bit. Here we'll have her face covered. We'll have her face covered for this one. You're my playful dream, turning everyday moments into a sparkling sea. I won't say you're perfect. I won't say you're perfect. We all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of fear that I got. There we go. Kinda adore you, but don't get too proud. Yeah. I won't say you're perfect. We all know you're not. Yeah, she's got the bat ready. Here. Soft round. Yeah. No. Okay, good evening to you. Good morning to you. Sorry, good morning. Good morning, my apologies. Face done. Here. Here. Because who's a good doggo? Who is a good doggo? Who's a good doggo? It's a good doggo. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, the focus is just on getting the Hand me to the floor. You guys like that. You guys was like that. I didn't want to spoil too much, I guess. I guess you did. I didn't want to spoil too much, so. But this is. Well, for those who just joined in, we are working on a new channel member emoji. Or this will be a brand new channel member emoji for you guys, so that way you guys got it. So, and my plan is to have at least 2 channel member emojis per turn. So that's something a little extra I can add, something a little extra I can give to you guys in the meantime while we're doing this, that, and the third. So that'd be fun. That'd be a little funny. It's a little funny. You guys, I think this a long-awaited bonk emoji. I think we do need a Makini emoji. I think we need a boomer. I do think we need a Makini emoji. I think I think that's another one we'll probably need to put together. Let me know if there's something you would like to see. These emojis. Then once I got 2 videos here, and I'm start incorporating my. I got like 4 time lapse. The funny thing is, I have I'm supposed to get some speed paints though. I was supposed to get some speed art posted because I've had the Zenless stuff that I've been sitting on the back burner for a while now, and I just kind of use it as background footage now. And I use it as background. Use it as my background here. So apparently, with the Xbox stuff, I think there's some parts that I did miss out. Christian fan, get good to see you. Where is my? Let me switch this to live. Let me switch this over to no, not camera relation. Let me switch this over to live. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's switch this over to live. What's up, people? Peace. I'm here, Christian family. Good to see you. Good morning to you. I don't know. Look, it's zero stream right now. How crazy is that? Zero stream right now. Now with the Facebook, but me and I could probably get crazy with this. 6:19 after the hour. We want to try to see if we can get see if we can get a good flat grayscale. You get the good base grayscale. Get all the base grayscale at least finished for all this time. Good flat grayscale at this time. Here it goes in, here goes in, here. Here. Here and here. Okay, and we're doing the skin first. We are doing the skin first. Kind of like lighter touches. Okay, so let's lay this down. There you go. Let's take it. Hold on. Here. So I'm going to clip this all together to get into the shape and everything. So just render it like you usually do. Here. Just render it like you usually do. So I got face. Okay. And now, especially with that deadpan, especially with that dead look, she's got. She's got. Oh, that bat is. Okay. Here, because some people watching. We also listen. Thank you. Listen, I can't say this. I can't say it's enough. Thank you guys for yesterday. And thank you guys for yesterday. In fact, thank you guys for this weekend in general. It's been an absolute blast. We are. Let me get your ass out there, bro. Here. There you go. There you go. Here. And like I said, this is a new channel member emoji this is a new emoji for my members. So we'll be joining the got and the smack that like button, make it jiggle emoji. Here. 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 Soft radiance. Let's go to detail this area. And then we're going to swing back and do a follow-up. We're going to swing back and do a second. We're going to swing back and do a second show. And then not second show. We're going to swing back and do a second. We're going to swing back and do a second pass here.
It's too late. I know now. I'm giving in. I can't back down. And you're so hot. Your web I'm cut. Just one more night. Tell me to stop.
Okay.
We must come to an end. I tell myself I'm okay, but I know that I shouldn't.
Here we go.
I'ma do it anyway. Wanna beat up, want your bad love. I'ma let my hair down now. Wanna get down to my favorite sound. I'ma let you in real close. I know I shouldn't do this right. I'ma do it anyway. Kinda wanna lock this down.
Here we go.
Wanna beat up, want your bad love. Wanna beat up, want your bad love. Wanna beat up, want your bad love.
Here.
The way I feel, you in my room.
Here, we're just blasting. We're just kind of blasting through this, basically. Here.
I'ma let my hair down now. I'ma let my hair down now. Turn the beat up, turn the beat up.
Here.
I'ma let my hair down now. No, I shouldn't pretend. I'ma do it anyway. Turn the beat up, put the rap up.
I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of drawing because I'm gonna start on the next. I guess we'll start. I guess I do need to start on the first piece for the first drawing for term 8, which will term 8 will cover July and August. Term 8 will cover July and August. So term 7, which covers May and June, will be sent out this week, guaranteed. I think tomorrow, in addition to me trying to get the video ready for Wednesday, to do that follow-up video, post that follow-up video Wednesday, I'm going to also prep the batches out as well. I think I found a good comfortable spot, honestly. I think I found a good spot, honestly, found a good time on how long it takes for me to render a commentary video. It's just usually the hardest part. The easiest part is the editing itself, getting all the video footage ready, getting all the video footage and all that jazz ready. I've always found that the hardest part on whenever I do commentary is recording. Is trying to articulate what I say and put my thoughts out in one take. Like a lot of my commentary videos, I usually do it in one take. Basically, I try to do this all in one take, and do it without trying to be as articulate as possible. Try to explain my points as clear and concisely as possible, but at the same time, not speak from the heart. Speak from what's on my mind, man. It's at that same point too, and I know for a fact. And I will be honest with you. Sometimes some commentary videos don't just I don't end up making them usually for two reasons. One, you guys know me. I'm always late on the subject. I'm always late to the party. Whenever it's a specific topic, I'm always late to the party. No matter, I can't. I'm always late to the party. Like usually, like a couple of days. Usually, but at the least a few days late. At the most, a week late. But if it's something that's worth talking about, it's worth talking about. And two, and I'm hoping this happens less and less, is I might have to scrap a commentary video if I get my facts wrong. If I find out that I was getting the facts wrong and stuff like that, so I tend to kind of scrap it. See, I don't like. I think I'm always terrified whenever I do. If it's something that I'm very opinionated on, if it's something I'm heavily opinionated on, and it's something that gets a reaction out of me, I don't want to get into blind rage. I don't like blind rage, basically. That's the idea, basically. So I try to distance myself from just pure, just blind rage, and just really articulate your points. It's a balancing act. It's a balancing act. It really is a balancing act with me. And it's a balancing act in that same way of you want to articulate your points, but at the same time you don't want to pull any punches. And a lot of times I wonder, and there are times where I wonder, am I being way too harsh on this subject? Am I saying it? Am I too blunt? Too blunt. If I put if the safety's off, you just, I don't know. I feel like we clear one. I feel like I clear one hurdle. I've cleared one hurdle with making sure my voice is as clear, and with having a clear voice when I clear a mic when I record. And I've noticed I'm doing this on OBS now, and it is crystal clear. This new mic I have is crystal clear, and I probably should have gotten this HyperX mic a long time ago, to be honest with you. I feel like that's what me on. Yeah, I should have gotten this mic a long time ago. I think even on streaming, it feels much more clearer. Even on StreamYard, it feels a little bit more clear and crisper. Even still cuts out, yeah. But even when we do the game streams, I do the game streams on OBS, and my voice is so clear, like stereo quality. So I'm considering, I am considering moving Makini in the morning back to OBS. I'm considering moving specifically these streams back to OBS. This is just me. I'm wondering, maybe we can try that on Wednesday. Maybe we can try that on Wednesday. See how that turns out. Maybe we can set up a. Because it's just me, so it's just me. Here. So that's what we're getting. We're just kind of cruising through. We're just kind of cruising through, aren't we? Just kind of cruising through it. No. It's kind of a breeze through. And I've been using my second tablet as a I've been using my second tablet as my This is my second screen, basically. I've been using my second screen as a reference screen, but second monitor is a reference screen. But my second tablet is where I can look at the chat. I think I feel a lot more focused that way. I'm probably a lot less distracted or less distracted. Something about this really works, though. I think something about this really does work, though. And I will put horny bat on the bat. I get a good idea on how to do the OK Boomer, the Makini emoji. Figure we can really get into like memes, and figure we can get into like memes and stuff like that. You guys been using the guy? I noticed you guys been using the guy emoji a lot more lately. I'm happy to see that. But I got a video we're going to react to in the next hour. I want to do a reaction video real quick. Like I said, I got a new video at 9 o'clock, guys, at 9:45. So the first two. Okay, I kind of forgot to cover some other. There were actually some other layoffs around town too. Specifically with Subnautica developers have been laid off. I think some of the higher ups of Subnautica was layoffs. And despite its quote unquote success, and trying to own the chuds and all that jazz, Compulsion Games, the developers of South of Midnight, also had layoffs recently. That hey, South of Midnight was a success, right? Just saying. So yeah, there's that. There is that. Here. here. So we're getting a grayscale done. We might be able to get them all done today. We might be able to get everything, all the grayscales done today. So kind of the pace I'm in a little bit right now. Because and I do understand that this is for emoji, so they're going to be, the details are going to be too small to see as emoji. So still doesn't mean you can't half-ass it though. Doesn't mean I can't. I shouldn't half-ass it though. But it is. But these are small details, so you have to just always keep that in mind. Apparently my Okay, so base layer. Okay, so base grayscale is pretty much done. Base grayscale is pretty much done. Just want to add something here. So base grayscale is pretty much done. Now, next up is the contact grayscale. Okay, contact. Okay, and this one's going to be darker, so the colors are going to be more darker. As a result, we'll probably need. I think we can create harder edges on this brush, though. Yeah, I think we can. I'm just gonna keep it with a similar brush. Kind of keep it like this, you know. Keeping it like this, just be able to show you from the outside, and then zoom in if you need to. Zoom in if you need to. So to come up with a really good color scheme, because we need to incorporate the Chibi Inu aspects here. It's like really cute though. It's really cute though. Don't go. You hit her with a horny bat. Now she's hitting back at you. Now she's got the same bat. Our bonk enforcer. Enforcer, basically. I'm just like going through each section, going through, just kind of play through each section of the drawing, such like that. Going through each section here, or no. Well, yeah, just kind of like picking a starting point for the contact layer. I'm just like picking a starting point, and then we're just gonna jump right into it, And then pick a starting point, and then just go from there, Okay, MB soft round. Have you seen this here? And then just keeping my eye on my timer, because at 7 o'clock I want to start on do the reaction. Here. I'm just kind of like taking my time with this. Taking my time with this. My mind just wandered off. And I gotta think of something real quick. Sorry. My mind just wandered off for a second. Hold on one second. No, the reason it wandered off is just I was thinking of something earlier. If I could find it, though. Let's see if I can find it. What was I thinking? Oh, here we go. Okay. Let me play this. Just for real quick. Let me just play this one time. I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna stop here, and I'm just gonna play this once. Okay. Good morning, Sean.
Where you look, where you talk, where you feel, where you look, where you talk, where you feel, yeah. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? feel, yeah. When you move, when you touch, when you feel, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you move, when you touch, when you feel, yeah. When you move, when you touch, when you feel, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know.
Just kind of going through.
Can we talk about me and you? When you know, when you touch, when you feel, yeah. When you know, when you touch, when you feel, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you know, when you touch, when you feel, yeah. When you know, when you touch, when you feel, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sorry, just had to play that. I had to play that real quick. I had to play that real quick because okay. So let's little background here. This is from No Copyright Sounds, by the way. No, out of the 1,300, like that's what I'm believing. Out of the 1,300 plus mods that I downloaded for Cyberpunk, I downloaded a bunch of radio stations, and this was one of them. And it was like an all chill hop, straight up chill hop station I was bumping to for the past couple of days. So I need to listen to that in full. I have a Persona 5. I have a freaking Persona 5 station. Station 2. So it's crazy. Crazy. Just wanted to share that real quick. Okay, anyway. Sorry. Just want to share that real quick. There's a Persona 5. Yes. There's a Persona 5 radio station. As a mod Cyberpunk, there's a Persona 5 radio stations. No, for real. And I was like, the Chill Hop station has its own DJ and everything. DJ ads and everything. And I was like, dude, that's sick. That is freaking sick. Sorry, I was bumping that the whole time. There's another one. There's another one too. There's another one too. I don't know if I could. I'm gonna have to look for that later. What was it? I'm gonna have to look for it now. Oh yeah, Chill Beats. Yeah, it was a mod. C1W driver seat. Okay, you know, I'm gonna listen to one more. I want to listen to one more. This is on No Copyright Sounds. Okay, I just want to listen to one more thing. Ride with me. Don't gotta worry for the both of us. Put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry and I need love. This is from the copyright sounds. It's so cool. You know, I'm gonna add chill hop station to Makini in the morning. Almost got a Sam G. Almost got a Sam G vibe. Kristen, good morning. Almost got a Sam G. Sam Galatry vibe. No, I just want to listen to that real quick. Okay. Okay. I think we're ready. Okay. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to read? You know what? There was some news. There was some news, and I'm gonna save that for next week. Oh no, I'm gonna save that for this weekend. I'm gonna save that for this weekend. So Pedro Pascal, Senor Fantastico, is rumored to be the next Indiana Jones. Senor Indiana. We can't get away from him. Oh, we can't get away from him. Okay. We can't get away from him. Indiana Jones. Pedro Pascal's in the running to be the next Indiana Jones for a reboot. I do not power. It's do not here. I am not going to play it. I'm not going to play it. But Disney reportedly of playing a full reboot of Indiana Jones, and Pedro Pascal might be in the running. Here, I'm going to put this in the chat. I'm going to let you guys see that for yourself. We can't get away. We can't get away from him. We can't. God, I'm afraid. See, now what's going to happen? What's going to happen is I'm going to be replaced by Pedro Pascal for Makini for my channel. I'm going to be replaced by Pedro Pascal, am I? Oh, snap. He can't keep getting away with this, okay? Bruh, I know. I'm sorry, Power. I hate to destroy your vision, okay? Dude, this has to be the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. Dude, I am not kidding. No one's in the running yet. Oh, no one's in the running yet, but this is just rumors. Please, no. Please just let it be rumors and speculation, because you're just posting hoping it won't be him. Okay. Gotcha. But, bro, those rumors better not come to fruition. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's just rumor and hearsay, but please don't let that be a reality. Indy has suffered enough. And he has suffered enough. Okay. Okay. I think I'm ready. Okay. We're gonna do a reaction. We are going to do a reaction video. Speaking of which, how's the doggo? How's the doggo looking so far? Just on grayscale alone. How's the doggo looking so far? Cardi B's probably in the running. Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up, Sean. No, okay. There's a video. It's a Shiba. It's a Shiba. It's a human Shiba Inu. Okay. It's the Bonk. It's the Ronnie G. So we're making a Chibi. I'm making a new channel member emoji based on one of our Where can I buy one? The real one. Oh, you mean this? That's what it's based off of. That's what it's based off of. He's gonna say horny bat. That's right. You're getting that way. You guys can put the bonk. Like that way, you guys channel members can actually bonk like in the chat. So I'll just put. I'll probably write bonk somewhere. Okay. Listen, I got a video I want you guys to react to. Yes, shut up. Anyway, listen. If you thought let me set this context here. If you thought that streamers here in the States, in the West is crazy, I saw Asmongold react to this, and you will not believe what the heck is going on in China. I'll show you. So this is from Luis Zhao. I'm gonna put I'll put the full video. I'll put the link to his full video in the description. But when I was watching this before I went live this morning, and I was like, "Excuse me, what?" All right. So we're gonna react to this live because I can't believe that I shouldn't be surprised because it's China, but I'm just surprised. I'm still surprised though. So here, we'll watch this. So we're gonna do a reaction to Luis Zhao's video, and wow, Punk, good evening to you. Good morning to you, Emerald. Good morning to you. Just watch. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. We put turn the sound back up. My bad.
If you walk around in a Chinese city at night, you might come across something like this. Rows of people, mostly young and attractive, sitting or standing on the streets in front of rows of phones and ring lights, singing and talking and sometimes dancing. They look like streamers, but they also look homeless. Indeed, they do gather around places where homeless people tend to be, on the sidewalks, inside tunnels, on bridges or under bridges. There was even a bridge that became so famous for this type of gathering that people started going there just to watch the spectacle. There was so much foot traffic under the bridge that at one point it started to look like a local festival or block party. You can see people dressed up impeccably while dancing in the mud, or carrying a heavy jar of water while dancing in the mud, or downright rolling in the mud, or basically doing whatever it takes to get attention from viewers online. Now, if you're seeing this for the first time, you probably have a few commonly asked questions. What are they doing? Where are they doing that? Are they streaming? Are they homeless? Where are they streaming outside? Why can't they stream from home? Why are they all together like that? Why can't they just stream by themselves? Why do they seem so desperate? What's pushing them to go this far? Why is this happening? Why are we here? What's the meaning of life? The universe? Okay, I got you. In this video, I will talk about this phenomenon of homeless streaming in China. I'll talk about what it is and what caused it, and in so doing paint a cautionary tale of what can happen when the attention economy goes too far. Now, like these streamers, I too am a content creator, so I feel a personal connection to their struggle. You might not be a streamer or a content creator, and that's okay, because the lessons here are applicable across culture and geography, and can be useful regardless of your particular domains of human endeavor. So join me as we dive in to the rise of these homeless streamers. Now, first of all, yes, they are indeed streamers, but no, they're not homeless, or at least not usually. So why are they out there on the street in the middle of the night? Well, they come out at night because nighttime just happens to be a peak time for streaming traffic in China. Most people would have finished work at that point and are now online seeking entertainment. So nighttime naturally has the most stream viewers, and streamers in turn get online at night to capitalize on that. Many streamers also have day jobs and would only have time to stream at night. In terms of why they do it on the street, though, it's mostly because it makes for engaging content. You're probably seeing TikTok dancers do this, filming their content in public, sometimes to the annoyance of other people. TikTokers can and do film their content in private spaces, but there's something interesting about the real world chaos, the cars and the cityscape and the social pressure of other people watching that can make the content more engaging to watch. And these Chinese streamers stream in public to capture some of that same engagement on their.
Listen, you thought that shit was going on. You thought the stuff that's going on with like Twitch and you. I bet you there's so many like parallels. There's like so many parallels to like sites like Kick and Twitch and YouTube. There's so many I would argue that probably the biggest the site that has kind of the biggest parallel to what goes on in China is Twitch. Like if you really like take a moment to think about it, I think Twitch is like I think Twitch is like a direct parallel to what goes on here. And it's like, because it's a lot of it is just kind of that same thing though. You know, with YouTube, yeah, YouTube, you can argue YouTube as well, but I think because YouTube has a lot more viewers though, there's a lot more viewership on YouTube. So getting, you know, being able to kind of get some eyes on YouTube and such like that, and is probably seems to be a lot more easier than trying to do it on a site like Twitch or so, you know. This is a Black Mirror shit. This is some Black Mirror shit going on here. I'm just saying. Like, so they're in these freaking underpasses, and it's a work ethic. Yeah, it is a work ethic. It's like a second job, basically. And it's just creepy as hell.
Stream. Additionally, for some streamers, this is also an attempt to appeal to pity. The idea is that if viewers see them sitting out in the cold at 1 in the morning, they might feel empathy towards the streamers and as a result become nicer to them and donate to their stream more often. Now, I acknowledge that this looks kind of insane. In fact, when I first...
You know what? I totally forgot the biggest purveyor of this is TikTok. You know what? I take that back. It is also TikTok as well.
Started researching this topic, I had to do a sanity check and contact a few people in China to make sure that they've actually seen this with their own eyes, and this is not just AI-generated footage. And unfortunately, it is real.
No,
in fact, you can watch the stream from these streamers right now. You need to use a Chinese streaming platform, and here's me trying to do this a few weeks ago. I just searched for street streaming and found one after just a couple of scrolls. What was shocking to me was that I was watching this at 1:40 in the afternoon Pacific time, which would have been about 4, almost 5 o'clock in the morning in China. So this poor girl was on the street at basically 5 in the morning while it was kind of raining and streaming for the 46 people who were watching the stream. So the question is, why are they going this far? And sure, streaming outside might make for slightly better content, but Compared to the comfort of streaming from home, what's pushing these streamers to go out in the cold in the middle of the night? Now, first of all, there is a macroeconomic reason for this. After the COVID lockdown, China's economy has not rebounded as strongly as one would have hoped. The rate of unemployment is still relatively high, and even those with jobs might not necessarily be able to afford the cost of living in major cities. Streaming, on the other hand, has a low barrier to entry. Basically, anyone with a phone and an internet connection can do it. So now,
and let's be honest. Let's be honest. Like I said, I got my start. I didn't start YouTube until the lockdown. So yeah, I bet you a lot of people probably didn't get more involved in YouTube until the lockdown. So yeah, so everybody just being kind of cooped up in their houses all the time, not being able to work and such like that. Yeah, that rose up that break began the the rise of the streamers out here too. Although stream was always a thing even before the lockdowns happened. It just emphasized it more and more. You know what I mean? And Grumpy, I have the link in the chat. Links in the chat. So there you go. Yeah, the lockdowns did help.
Naturally, streaming becomes something many Chinese people do to supplement their income. According to CCTV, there were more than 15 million professional streamers in China by the end of 2023. That means roughly 1 in every 100 people in China were streamers. In other words, the streaming industry has become incredibly competitive. It's therefore a necessity for streamers to go the extra mile, to stand out in a sea of people making similar content if they want to make money. Making the effort to come out to the street is just one such example. But there are other factors that exaggerates this sense of desperation in streamers and push them to work harder. One of these factors is baked directly into the mechanics of Chinese streaming platforms, and it has to do with how Chinese streamers get paid. Now, many streaming platforms in the West, like Twitch and YouTube, have ad revenue sharing programs. Once streamers are qualified and accepted into the program, even if their viewers don't pay them, the streamers can still get paid from ad revenue. Chinese streaming platforms, on the other hand, don't have ad revenue sharing, or at least not yet at this time. So streamers' income has to come from the pocket of the viewers. That usually happens in one of two ways. First is straight up viewer donation. Viewers can tip the streamers directly through these virtual gifts. This is one of the most common ways for street streamers to monetize. The second way is live commerce, and this is basically infomercial but on streams. Streamers would talk about the product, and there will be a button at the bottom of the screen for viewers to buy. When that happens, the streamer receives a commission from the sales. Now, regardless of how it happens, the fact remains that streamers don't get paid unless viewers take money out of their own pocket and give it to them in one way or another. This creates an incentive, if ever so subtly, for streamers to be a bit more desperate. They seem more needy because they do need something from their viewers. Because of this, there were memes circulating on Chinese social media that compares these street streamers to beggars. Here's one such meme, and the top here says old school beggars, and the bottom says new age beggars. Now, I can see some resemblance, but to be fair, streamers do provide some form of entertainment. They do sing and dance and so on, so a better comparison might be to street performers rather than beggars. There's another thing that sets streamers apart from beggars, and that's the fact that many street streamers are often parts of a business or company that specializes in social media content creation. These companies are officially known as MCN, or multi-channel network, in the industry. They're basically streaming agencies or influencer agencies. They provide streamers with training, equipment, help them broker sponsor relationship, and with other logistical tasks in exchange for a cut of the streamer's revenue. Now, you might wonder why any influencer would want to give up a portion of their revenue to join an agency. You've got a smartphone and a data plan, so just point the camera at yourself and hit record, right? How hard could it be? Well, there are actually a lot of things content creators need to do that has little to do with creating the content itself. For instance, I just spent a week filing my taxes. Even though my channel was monetized for less than 2 months last year and made about $200, I still had to include that business activities on my tax filing, because there's apparently a difference between cash-based accounting and accrual-based accounting. And if you don't know what any of that means, I didn't either. So that's how I spent a week. Thank you for asking. Now, no offense to the accountants out there. This is fascinating stuff, but as a content creator, it's probably more efficient and relevant for me to spend a week researching for this video topic instead of learning how to depreciate a capital asset at fair market value. The idea of a company taking care of these kind of things for me sounds like a great value proposition in theory. But in practice, joining an agency, especially in China, usually means giving up on some degree of creative and career freedom. And depending on how ethical the agency you're working with is, you could be giving up on a lot of freedom to the point that you are trapped contractually. As part of joining an agency in China, streamers might face restrictions on what kind of content they can stream, where and when they have to stream, and quotas like how much revenue they must generate per week. And keep in mind that Chinese streamers don't make revenue until viewers give it to them. Failing to meet these quotas could result in fines. And if streamers try to leave the agency before their contract's completion, they could get sued. So it's easy to see how these restrictions can intensify desperation and push.
Power. Doesn't this sound familiar? Huh. Very, very familiar.
Streamers to hustle ever more frantically to avoid breaching contract terms. For example, you might have seen clips like this circulating on the internet. People have called them influencer factories, and these would have been operated by influencer agencies. Not all of them look this bad, though. There are some with better conditions, like this one based in Indonesia. But the business
was it better conditions, man?
idea is the same. It's to streamline the content creation process, from training to filming to distribution, so the content.
Okay, now this is looking like some Black Mirror kind of thing. Okay, this is really looking like some straight out of Black Mirror. I'm thinking the original Black Widow program in the MCU, man, dude. That is crazy. So freaking like streamer factory. That's stuff. It's so crazy, dude.
Can be mass manufactured like commodities in factories. And many of these street streaming gatherings are just the other side of the same coin. Now, some street streaming gatherings are formed organically from independent streamers, but we know that many are organized by agencies, because there are hints in the footage that reveal this. For example, here the streamers are all.
There's a lot of parallels between this and like VTubers as well, and especially VTubers who are like assigned to agencies like Hololive and Niji Sanji and things like that. Like I'm seeing I'm just saying I'm seeing some parallels. I'm seeing some similar parallels though.
Using the same ring lights and nearly identical setups. You can also sometimes see tech support staff assisting the streamers. There's even a continuous red carpet that are laid out on the ground sometimes, indicating that the team had come and set this up beforehand for their streamers as part of an organized business operation. Regardless of how these gatherings form, there is something off-putting about them. They look almost dystopian, like something out of a Black Mirror episode. One of the reasons it looks so jarring is because it juxtaposes a series of polar opposites that really shouldn't belong together. For instance, it juxtaposes the appearance of wealth and fame to poverty and obscurity. These streamers are all dressed in glamorous clothing, with beautiful makeups, in front of spotlights and cameras, as if they are celebrities. Yet in reality, they are out on the street, like homeless beggars. It also juxtaposes human connections and loneliness. On one side, viewers from all around the country are connecting intimately with their favorite streamers, a modern miracle facilitated by the internet. On the other.
Oh, by the way, and Asmongold made a good point about this. A lot of the streamers, especially what he just showed there, a lot of them do use like, I guess you could use like photoshopped like makeup. You know what I mean? Like you made that it's like they're not, that's not exactly how they look in real life compared to how they look on streaming. They use a lot of they're using a lot of filters basically. Exactly, that's what I'm looking for. They're using a lot of filters though, so it's not that is very it's very common, especially here in the States, especially with the female streamers that we see on like sites like Twitch and YouTube all the time.
Other side, everyone is alone. Most viewers are probably in a room by themselves staring at a screen, while the streamers sit just inches apart from each other, yet never interact. Everyone is locked in the prison of their digital worlds.
Yeah, it's so crazy because they're an inch apart from each other, but they never speak to each other. So it does feel like a factory. it feels like a factory, basically, like a factory of streamers, like a manufactured plant full of like streamers, and they all have like, you notice they all have like the same ring lights. They have the same setup. You know what I mean? They have like the same ring lights. They have the same setup, same tech as well. Same tripods, same selfie sticks and such like that. Yeah, they're all looks like they're using the same brands. It looks like some straight of a Black Mirror episode.
Appearing to connect, yet never really do.
No.
It juxtaposes collectivism and individualism as well. China has a collectivist culture, after all. So by and large, people prioritize social cohesion and group well-being above their personal ambition. These street gatherings seem to trend towards this kind of collectivism. Everyone is sitting in front of the same equipment while doing the same things. It looks like they are one unit working towards the common goal. But the reality is quite the opposite. It's hyper-individualistic. The streamers aren't working towards any sort of collective well-being. Rather, each streamer is out for themselves, climbing over each other to take a slice from a pie that is only so large. There are only so many viewers on the platform that night.
I think it's kind of a good thing why I'm on YouTube and such like that, because I guess because YouTube has such a viewership that you never really need to step over or climb over somebody else to gain that viewership, if you know what I mean. I'm actually happy about that, though. Kind of let that, despite algorithms and such like that you can grow organically and can grow on your own terms, but you never feels like you have to climb over somebody else to do it, though. And I actually do appreciate that.
Each of them with only so much budget for tips. For one streamer to gain a viewer's attention and tip is for another to lose it. And this individualistic zero-sum competition leads to the last juxtaposition, the appearance of individuality and its complete erasure. The point of streaming is supposed to be genuine connection. It's a platform for streamers to show their authentic personality and uniqueness for their fans to connect with. And each streamer here appears to try to do that. They're all dressed up, enthusiastic, and entertaining. But in reality, they've lost their individuality in their very attempt to show it. The reality is that they're all doing the same things in front of the same gears. This process of mass production of content has turned content creation into a commodity. And each streamer is but one of many identical cogs in the content creation machine that churns out the same sort of MP4 files onto the influencer factory conveyor belt. Now, what's happened to the Chinese content creation industry is something I'll call rat racification. That is not a real word, but I'm going to use it to refer to this process of transforming otherwise creative and productive pursuit into zero.
It's a rat race for only and there's only so much cheese, and there's only so much cheese delivered, But yeah, it is a rat race. And you could probably argue the same thing can be said here too.
Zero-sum hustle. Content creation was a cool thing initially. It was a venue for creatives to share their work, and people who resonated with them could start following them. It was sort of amateur and underground, and Asian parents had yet to agree that it was a real job. And then people started noticing how much money was in it and began to flood into the industry. There was enough financial reward there for some people to be willing to go to the extreme to win. Next thing you know, the whole endeavor became a zero-sum rat race, something that isn't so different from the traditional rat race, like working at a bad office job with an exploitative employer. So you can sit in your street cubicle and do streaming work the same way you sit in your office cubicle and do paperwork. Just a different flavor of soul-sucking, but your soul is getting sucked either way. This doesn't just happen in Chinese content creation, of course. In the West, for instance, you can find courses online.
No, this happens everywhere. This happens everywhere. So it's not just in China, it's not in the Far East. No, it happens everywhere. It's a rat race everywhere, basically, So it's that is not surprising in the slightest. And hell, what I'm doing right now. What I'm doing right now, well, a lot of people doing right now, we're all doing the same thing. A lot of it is just doing the same thing, So it's nothing. It's that I completely
industry either. Rat racification can and has happened to many industries. But personally, as a content creator, it is a shame for me to see the rat racification of my industry in real time and its effect on people. Since I started making content, I've made many YouTuber friends who have since quit making videos. Many of them have come to content creation with one expectation, and when that expectation wasn't met, they soon burnt out. Now, this is just a personal theory of mine, but I think the rat race is a choice to some degree. I believe that it's possible to not participate in the rat race, even if the industry one is in is rat racifying in real time. In other words, just because other people in my industry are rat racing out of control doesn't necessarily mean that I have to do it too. Now, I'm not giving career advice here, and I'm not saying what I'm doing is the only way. But just to use it as an example, I had a friend who asked me this once. He said, Lewis, look at these big YouTube channels like Mr. Beast, right? They have much bigger budgets and teams of professional writers and editors. All you have is a camera and a keyboard, so how can you possibly compete? Now, this is just my take on it, but I don't think I am competing with Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast makes great content, but the content he makes looks nothing like the content I make. In fact, the only commonality between our content seems to be that we're both breathing while filming and maybe speaking English. I'm looking for something more specific. I'm looking to create content that falls in the intersection between what I love making, what I'm good at making, and what people like watching. And this intersection...
You know what? That's something to take to heart. That is something to take to heart. Go back. I want to go back.
Mr. Beast makes great content, but the content he makes looks nothing like the content I make. In fact, the only commonality between our content seems to be that we're both breathing while filming and maybe speaking English. I'm looking for something more specific. I'm looking to create content that falls in the intersection between what I love making.
Hold on a second. I'm going to print this real quick. Nah, I just wanted to screen cap this. But yeah, hitting that sweet spot between what I love making, what I'm good at making, and what people like watching. Try finding that sweet spot, you know? something to think about, you know? Something to always keep that in mind.
You have is a camera and a keyboard, so how can you possibly compete? Now, this is just my take on it, but I don't think I am competing with Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast makes great content, but the content he makes looks nothing like the content I make.
Right.
In fact, the only commonality between our content seems to be that we're both breathing while filming and maybe speaking English. I'm looking for something more specific. I'm looking to create content that falls in the intersection between what I love making, what I'm good at making, and what people like watching. And this intersection will be different for different creators, almost by definition. I learned this from listening to Naval Ravikant, although I think it might actually be...
And it varies so differently from person to person. I guess it's from what I've experienced in my time on YouTube is that it varies differently from person to person. Tough. It is tough, yeah, but it does vary from person to person. And kind of hitting that sweet spot is going to be different for each person. So it's not going to be... You're not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to achieve that same level of success doing the same thing that they're doing. You kind of gonna go at your own pace. You have to go at your own pace. You have to kind of find your sweet spot and find what works for you, though. And everybody's is going to be different. Just because one method will work for one streamer, one content creator, doesn't mean it's going to work for everyone. So. It's tough. It is
a variation of the Japanese philosophy of ikigai. So feel free to look into these sources further if you're interested in this idea. I adopted the idea for YouTube, but the original is much more general and can be applied to pretty much any industry. The idea is that you should pick an endeavor that falls in the intersection of what you love doing, what you are good at, and what people are willing to pay you for. Now, if someone is exclusively motivated by money, they will tend to ignore what they love doing. They'll push hard on what they are good at and what they'll get paid for. And that is one way that you could get yourself into a rat race. If you're just grinding it out and hustling, then you're not getting anything intrinsic out of the experience.
Right.
And that's a problem, not because of some romantic notion of this "you must do what you love" cliche.
Right.
The reason is much more practical. Exclusive outcome orientation is a problem because it's a competitive disadvantage. If you're good at something but hate it, someone else who is also good at it but love it will outdo you. The trick is therefore to be ambitious enough to follow your passion, but never be so idealistic as to lose sight of what you're good at and what people will pay for. Now, I'm not saying this is easy. On average, it takes a lot of time and countless trial and error, and success isn't guaranteed. For example, I'm still iterating to find my sweet spot in the intersection between these three circles regarding my own effort on YouTube. My channel hasn't made enough revenue to cover what I've spent since I quit my job, so I'm still in the red so far.
I still am. I think we all are. I think everybody's trying to find their sweet spot, but it is a competitive thing. So, I think that's a good mindset moving forward, especially with YouTube and such like that, is to just focus on finding your sweet spot between what you're good at, what you love doing, and what gets people to watch, and what people like to watch. We're all still finding that sweet spot. We are all still finding that sweet spot, and I'm no different.
And it remains to be seen whether it'll work out before I run out of savings. I am ready, though, to take my resume back to the job market if it doesn't work out. And I'd probably keep making content on the side and try again once I have enough savings. Because I remember what it was like to push myself to do only what people are paying me for when I worked as a corporate consultant for a few years. No, I'm not saying all jobs are bad, but that particular one just wasn't for me. It was a grind and created a lot of unnecessary human misery. So I think it's worth it to take some time to figure out a way to avoid that, even if it takes a long time. Especially when I know that it's possible to avoid the rat race, as I've seen people succeeding at it. And even in something as competitive as Chinese streaming industry, there are examples of people who have figured out ways to navigate it while maintaining their sanity and passion. I'm not talking about the sort of get-rich-quick stories that streaming agencies often use for recruitment. I'm talking about stories like this one, where a streamer figures out a path over time to create useful products and services and uses content as a way to find the people that can benefit from them. Now, this is not a report of someone who's becoming insanely rich, but maybe that's not the point of their journey. And their journey is still ongoing, so who knows where it will end up. And the point is that it looks like they are enjoying their journey so much that it's already fulfilling, regardless of its destination. Now, I want to acknowledge the possibility that some industries can be so toxic that the only way to compete is to rat race, and one might rarely have to switch industry to get out of it. I'm not saying that it's easy to find a sustainable and meaningful career. I'm not saying everyone will succeed at it for sure. I'm not trying to dole out baseless motivation here. As you may have noticed, a lot of the topics I cover are quite depressing. At some point, we all need to connect with reality, and reality can be unforgiving. These haunting footage of rows of street streamers is one manifestation of that stark fact. But it is precisely because the consequences of succumbing to the rat race are so dire that it is important to not give up on looking for sane and meaningful ways to navigate it. So I hope that the story of the homeless streamers did not make you jaded. I hope it instead serves you as a reminder to tread mindfully on your journey to find meaningful work, so that there might be a source of sanity, at least from your corner of the universe. The world seems to need that right now, so thank you for your efforts, and best of luck.
Thank you. That was a great video. that was a great video. That was a great video. I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put the link in the description one more time. But yeah, it was a great video, and that's a crazy insight. I was creeped out, but now I'm feeling motivated. That's funny part. That's good. I was creeped out at first, but now I'm feeling motivated. It's creepy. It's a creepy sight to see, with kind of streaming in China, but at the same time it felt kind of motivated as well. So how crazy is that? Crazy as that. And definitely give Luis a sub, man. That's some good shit. That was some great shit right there. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. But I think it's just that's the most important part is finding that. And I think for me moving forward, I think that's such an important thing is just look for your sweet spot, not just in YouTube, but in art and just in life in general. Is try to look for that sweet spot between what you want to make, what you want to make, what you love making, and what people want to see, what people want to see, what people like seeing. So you always got to find that. I think you just got to find that sweet spot. You just got to work. And that's something that's not going to be able to take care of overnight. That's something that you're going to be spending years on trying to do. You're going to be spending. Well, for me, it's going to be spending years trying to do. I've always believed in this whole. I guess I'm naive in this, but I've always believed in the whole late bloom. In the whole late bloomer, the late bloomer kind of philosophy in a way, just that you kind of blossom later in your life, that you kind of start to kind of blossom and kind of find your footing more later in your life than early there, And I guess it's just from my personal experience, I've probably found that I was probably a much better. I've probably found my footing as a late bloomer versus or somebody growth over time in the way that Cassie Cold Classic Cage would say, natural growth, wanting her channel to grow naturally, wanting that natural growth, This is where I'm kind of looking for there. You know what I mean? And yeah, exactly. People are goals careers. Exactly. Good video. That's creepy as hell, but that's a great video to kind of learn from though. Damn. Damn. Let me put a. Let me do some real quick. Let me do. I just want to do a noise real quick. So we got the face. So we got all the grayscale's done. So, and we have some little bit of time left for I got a little bit of time left for the colors. So okay. Where is it? Where's my rainbow? There we go. Just want to add a little noise on top. I guess you can say at the same time, it definitely feels like you are this is nice. Soft light, and let's do dirty. Okay, perfect. There we go. A little subtle noise. Yeah, there you go. A little subtle noise there. Little subtle noise. Okay, let's go ahead and make the grayscales. Let's go ahead and make the flat slope. This will be a So the F1 movie 2 weeks ago, very fun. Rain Peter about graphic express F1 movies. As far as F1 films, yes, but in terms of overall racing films, it's I want to check it out. Although the bar is high between Rush, Grand Prix, Le Mans, Ford versus Ferrari, you name it. You name it. Also, Punk, you had to be cheering yesterday. You had to be cheering yesterday. Seriously. You had to be cheering for freaking Hulkenberg after 239 starts, he finally got a podium. I was like, everybody was freaking cheering, dude. And that can add, and that's a feather to his cap because 10 years ago he won the Le Mans, he won the 24 Hours of Le Mans too. So yeah, Hulkenberg scored a podium after 239 Grand Prix starts. Everybody was cheering Hulkenberg for that, dude. Oh, I'm so happy for Nico. I am so happy for Nico Hulkenberg right now. Oh my god, well deserved. Okay, turn this down. Contact. We're going to merge. Okay, so we're going to merge selected layers. I'm going to duplicate this. Merge this. Multiply. And let's go. Yeah, let's go here. Here. I'm so happy to see that, man. Okay, okay, merge selected layers. Okay, so we got this. So this is merged. Okay, merge shading. Okay, there we go. And then, okay, we got that. All right, so first up is going to be the face. First up is going to be the skin. I mean, let's do skin. Base. All right, there we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's do fine line brush and very 1-2 finish. Yep. Sauber rebranded as Audi next year. Yep. Okay. So Nico's got a good head on his shoulders, basically. Trying to get that. Okay. Okay, let's see. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, it should be. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Here. Okay, so we are doing, so again, the skin tone's done first. Skin, it shouldn't take no more. What time? 10:46. Okay, so we're gonna stop at We're gonna stop at probably about 5 minutes. We'll probably stop in about 5 to 10 minutes because I need to get ready for work. So the 4-day weekend is over for me, at least. That was a great 4-day weekend. Had an excellent 4-day weekend. Had a excellent 4-day weekend. Here. And oh, also forgot to mention, thank you, Bonk, for the super sticker, and thank you. And sorry, I forgot to catch this. Ghost in the Guitar, good morning, and thank you for joining the CSF Nation at the Taurus level. Really appreciate that. This channel member is just for you, by the way. Speaking of which, thank you guys so much. I'm going to give you guys a little Jane Doe walking emoji. I do owe you guys a Bernice. I still owe you guys a Bernice super chat, by the way. Hey, I will let's give me some time to get to that this weekend. Gotta find a good track for it. But yeah, I owe you guys a Bernice super chat. And I'll probably need to make some more walking super stickers too. But thank you guys for the super sticker and the member chat. I really appreciate that. Okay. Okay, so we got the skin. Yeah, the skin. So let's do. Okay, let's. Okay. Cool. I'm keeping a close eye on my timer right now. There we go. We can go from there. We can go from there. Okay. Now's the hair. And now we need to do the hair. Oh man, that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough. Well, actually, let's do the face. Let's do the face next. No, Bernice from Zenless Zone Zero. I know they dropped a new update and all that stuff. Let's do a female. Let's do this. Do a dark. We'll do a dark orange. We'll do a dark. Yeah, we'll do a dark brown. Yeah. Yeah. See that orange. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Here. Soft lips, basically. There we go. And thank you, Ghost. Thank you so much, Ghost. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that, seriously. And have a great rest of your day. Thank you for joining the CSF Nation. Okay. Okay, all right. So we're gonna add subtle. I'm gonna add some subtle. Let's add some subtle. Taste here. Okay. Okay. Then one last thing. I was thinking that's the eyebrows. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, we're done. We're done. We're gonna stop here. So be back here at about an hour's time. Be back here in about an hour and a half time. Okay, guys, because we have a video. We have a video, and this is on of course the Xbox layoffs. So come back here, guys, and make sure ring that bell. Make sure you hit the notification on that one. It'll be premiering at 9:45. So we'll be back in about here an hour and a half's time. So yeah, so new video later this morning. Hope to see you guys at the premiere and all that good stuff. So make sure and I'm gonna put this in the chat so that way you guys don't forget. So that way you guys know where to go. Just ring that bell. I'll post it everywhere when it's time. But later this morning, I'll have the Xbox video, and then tonight I'll be working on the follow-up video for the layoffs. On top of that, I will be sending the batches out this week as well. So plenty of stuff, plenty of stuff to go over for plenty of stuff to go over this week, but plenty to go over this week. Listen, guys, hey, well, listen, I want to say thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all again for this weekend. It was an absolute blast. Thank you for just showing up, and you guys have been absolutely amazing. If you guys can, just do me a favor, smack that like button, make it jiggle, smack that subscribe button and make it jiggle. Thank you to all of my channel members. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I will be sending the batches out. I'm going to aim to send the batches out probably by Wednesday or Thursday. I want to have the batches ready just for you guys. You guys have been absolutely amazing and incredible. Of course, join the channel for as low as $1 a month. Follow me on all my socials, Twitter, Etsy shop, Newgrounds, all that good stuff. Links in the description. Check out Grumpy's new campaign on Indiegogo. Link, he'll put the link in the chat. And I'll start on some new. I'll start on the first drawing for term 8, which will be July. August. Can't wait, guys. You guys have been amazing, and I thank you all for watching. I'm Makini 90 Arts German Illustrator, and thank you for getting your morning started with us right here on Makini in the morning. Until then, stay cute, stay sexy, have fun, take care, much love. Never apologize for wanting attractive women in your media, especially in video games, and above all else, never stop drawing. Have a great rest of your Monday, guys. I will see you later this morning for the video premiere. We'll watch it together, and I'll have some stuff on the community tab later today. So until then, I love y'all. Peace. Let me set my outro video real quick. There we go.
Cute, sexy, and fun. And that is definitely the best way to describe our channel members too. We'd like to thank everyone in the CSF Nation for your incredible support. Join the channel for as low as $1 a month to get access to exclusive art drops that Makini drops every 2 months for his channel members. And all your support goes to helping out the channel and helping Makini put out the best content he can for you all to view and you all to enjoy. He appreciates all of your support, and we also appreciate your support as well. CSF Nation for life. Mwah! Gracias. Thank you for tuning in to Makini in the morning and getting your morning started off on the right foot with us. If you enjoy this program, please smack that like button and make a jiggle. Share the show out to everyone you know. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone. Become a channel member for those $1 a month. You want to support Makini further, and if you want to see more content from Makini and help him reach his 6K subscriber goal, hit that subscribe button. He would really, really appreciate it. I am Marisa Tali, producer and weather girl for this very program, and we all wish you a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there. We will see you all next time here on Makini in the Morning. Mwah! Makini in the Morning is filmed before a live studio audience at Makini Studios in Arcadia Village's South Tower, right here in Pacific City. We know that you guys love waking up with us here on Makini in the Morning, but if you would like to actually be in the live taping of Makini in the Morning, all you have to do is visit youtube.com/Makini90 or call 765-9077 toll free for free tickets. We would love to see you here in the audience for our next Makini in the Morning live show. Makini in the Morning is produced by Silverline Productions with Makini Charles Productions in association with Nisla Zapai Television and Makara Banks Entertainment, and is distributed by CSF Nation Domestic Television Distribution.